Nobody here had ever seen anything like what we saw up there. It was a different animal than what we're used to dealing with here in the county. We've run brush fires of significant sizes here in the county, but not on the scale of what we saw in Page County. So any day that we come into work, we never know how it's going to go. We're always up for the challenge when the challenge comes in, but we never know where that's going to go. Here at Station 1, because we're on the tech rescue team, we could end up anywhere in the Metro Richmond area to go help out with some sort of technical rescue call. So the personnel here at 1, we're kind of used to some off-the-wall stuff. We're used to going long distances to help other jurisdictions. This is probably one of the furthest calls that we've gone to for the county in my career. The day leading up to the fire, conditions were extremely dry. Winds were really starting to pick up, anywhere from 25 to 40 mile an hour winds on top of the mountain. Power lines started coming down. When the power lines came down, they started arcing, lighting off the brush fires, and then they just grew from there with the wind conditions. So Page County, they initiated all the initial fire attack. They were all volunteer in that area. They quickly realized that the size of the fires was going to be more than they could handle by themselves. They started calling for outside resources.
ECC, I'm on the 211 West Fire. We have a fast-moving fire. We don't have the resources to control it.
That Wednesday, we were on duty here at the fire station. We'd gotten in that morning around 6 o'clock like we normally do for a 7 o'clock shift change. We got the page at 5 o'clock that afternoon. Started getting pages for volunteers to go to Page County to help out with the wildland fires. Myself and Sean Jones on B shifts, we decided to make a phone call, see if we could get in on the game, and we were activated pretty quick. We deployed out of the county at 8 o'clock. We got there at 10. As soon as we got there at 10 o'clock, we went straight to work at doing fire attack. The 2 fires we worked were the Waterfall fire and the 211 fire. Those are the 2 big ones that were in the area of Page County that we were assigned to. Both of those fires were about 5,000 acres in size. When the winds were kicking up, we'd see flames, as high as 10, 12 feet up in the air. And things moved quickly at times also, depending on what side of the mountains we were working on. We basically worked all the way through until the next morning, thinking we were gonna come off the mountain, get some food, get some rest, and then go back to work. We quickly realized that the amount of fire that they had up there, the manpower was needed to continue working. So they kept dishing us out assignments to go take care of, and we kept going.
Well, Rocky Branch, we definitely need all we can get. I can't control it. I'm almost out of water on the brush truck.
We would be sitting down at the base of a mountain. Elevation gain would be anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 feet, and you would see fire running from the bottom of that mountain all the way to the ridge. The size of the fires, the size of the area that was devastated, we've never seen anything like it before. But at the same time, we're fighting those brush fires on the top of the mountain and putting out those 2 houses that were starting to catch fire right at sunrise on the top of this mountain overlooking the valley and the river. And at the same time, as devastating as that was, it was beautiful all at the same time with that sunrise coming up. It wasn't until that evening that we got to the point where mechanically we were having some problems with the brush trucks that we needed to take care of. We were exhausted, so we came off the mountain about 8 o'clock that night after being up for nearly 36 hours, maybe even a little bit more than that. It just goes to show how unpredictable this job can be on a daily basis and how we need to always be trained up and ready to perform when we're called. When you have an entire community calling for outside resources for help, it's that time to step up and go help those other communities. We do a lot of good while we're here. We want to spread our knowledge and we want to spread our talent throughout the state and help the ones that we can help. The locals were great. They welcomed us in, they fed us, they gave us a place to stay. It was a great experience, and thankful for Henrico and Page County to allow us to go up there and be part of it. Our mindset is if we can make a difference and help somebody, we're going to go make a difference and help that person. We do it because it's in our blood and we like the challenge, we like the experience. It was probably one of the most rewarding moments in my career in Henrico Fire.